Hello, fellow Nigerians. I am recording this video now because I'm perplexed. And I'm just asking myself a question. How can we survive and how can we continue like this as a country and as a people? I bought fuel last week at the rate of 940 naira per liter. And the fuel I bought last week is what I've been using because we also manage where we go to. Now I drove to a filling station today here in Lagos to buy fuel, only for me to discover that fuel is now 1,300 from 940. That is almost 400, 500 naira increase per liter. I went to meet the owner of the filling station and bought fuel, an NNPC filling station. And what he told me shocked me. That the only reason we're even having fuel to buy at 1,003 is because Dangote is refining. If Dangote was not refining, there will be no vehicle on the street because they won't see fuel to buy. And that Dangote has to import crude in dollars, FX. A lot of us are going out from other oil producing nations because our crude oil here in Nigeria has been mortgaged by successive governments in borrowing money from international financial institutions and other countries. In other words, for every $1 billion our government have been borrowing, they have been using our crude oil as collateral. They have been using our crude oil as collateral. In other words, the crude oil over the next 20, 30 years have been mortgaged as repayment source for all the debt our government have been borrowing. All the billions of dollars we are hearing being borrowed by government. Crude oil, our crude oil have been used as collateral, mortgage as repayment source for those borrowings. And because we cannot default in repayment with crude oil, NNPC cannot give Dangote the quantity of crude he needs to refine daily to meet even local capacity. Dangote is getting less than 10% of what he needs to produce for local consumption. So Dangote now had to import the balance, less than 10, the balance 90% or more abroad in dollars. And that is why the cost of PMS, which we call petrol, has gone up. Ditto AGO, diesel, ditto every other refined product. And my question is, this money that have been borrowed, what impact has it made in the life of an average Nigerian? Where I live, the neighborhood where I live in Lagos, we've not had a light for months. We have been in constant darkness. People buy fuel just to survive. People buy fuel to run their small business, barbing salon and all that. Now that the fuel has increased, how do we survive? So I'm sitting down here asking myself a question. How do we survive? How did we get here as a nation? How did we get here? How can our government mortgage our future of our children to borrow money? And the impact of this borrowing is not being fed. Nigerians are suffering. No light, no water, no hospital, no road, no school, nothing. I ask myself, what kind of a government, what kind of a country is this? I'm now regretting when my mates were traveling abroad, I should have gone abroad. What kind of a country? How do we borrow money, use our crude oil to mortgage? And so we are suffering. Why? Our political leader, elites, why? Those in position of authority, why? Nigerians are suffering. The pain is growing. Why? How do we borrow so much using our crude oil to mortgage as collateral and no impact in our national life and economy? Why? What kind of a country is this? What kind of a country is this?
Can you imagine what we are faced with in this country? When they say successive government, from which government? Because I remember this thing really, became prevalent during Buhari's time. And that is exactly what Tinubu is doing as well. Borrowing. Even what Buhari borrowed for 8 years. What Tinubu has borrowed now, that he has not even completed 4 years. It's more than what Buhari borrowed for 8 years. And they will tell you, oh, coastal Lagos coastal road, coastal. So what is business of a Lagos coastal road with somebody in a Zamfara, in other states? And as I speak now, it is only people from the other side of Lagos are the ones who are, they say they are enjoying it. If really they are really serious, they ought to have started even from Calabar side, the coastal road. What else have they done? About maybe 1% or 0.5% of people they give a student loan. That is what they will be shouting. Student loan. How many people did you give student loan? Subsidy is gone. What is the essence? Hey, it's a big problem. We are in a big mess. And they will be lying and lying and lying and lying and lying. If Tinubu can be comfortable with a Daniel Bwala, what do you expect from his own cabinet? Because Bwala can tell you one thing and tell you they didn't say so. The same set of people told us that Buhari government was fine, economy was okay. As soon as Buhari left, now they started saying that they met a bad economy. And when people were saying it, when Buhari was there, this same set of people were blasting everyone. Oh, maybe your candidate did not win. Those who did not win election. What kind of a rubbish thing is this? It's just unfortunate. Oh. Really, really unfortunate. We don't enter. Some people say they're even buying a 1,006, 2,000. I say, maybe they are trying to exaggerate. There is something going on they don't want Nigerians to know. And that is why it is very easy to quickly use this issue of Iran as a cover-up. Hi. 20, 30 years. And when you ask the government or the politicians, they will deny it. The other day, Shomole was telling us that, food is cheap. The Nigerians are like, I even complaining that the food is too cheap. And people are like, is this man, is he mad? Is this man okay? Hey, now wow. Now wow. Where do we go from here?